It's Rutamahad again, back with something new. I know you guys have been mostly used to me doing house tours and maybe some other videos related to real estate, but today I have something new and I'm introducing something new. You guys will be watching more of podcasts and there will be real estate related podcasts. So, meaning I'll be bringing to you professionals in the sector of real estate and even outside real estate as long as it is connected. So, get ready to watch something really important, fun, and educative. So, today I'm with a gentleman. Is a tax qualified and also a specialist when it comes to taxes. Actually, he has said licensed, and that's a good thing. Thank you so much, Mr. For reminding me about the license thing because we have many people who talk about taxes,
and
but
they are
yet they're
not
not
licensed by
licensed.
URA.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I don't want to talk for you, but kindly introduce yourself and we see on how we can go ahead with this podcast.
Yeah. Thank you, Rahman. My name is Samson Sentongwe, and I'm a licensed URA tax agent 2025.
2025. So why have you added 2025?
Yeah. I've added 2025 because licenses expire every end of December 31st.
December to 31st. So I thought there are no these things of 1 year, like how we see maybe national IDs expiring in 4 years or
Uh,
something. Mm.
it is an annual license that expires every after 31st December.
Every
So
after.
beyond 31st December and you haven't applied,
Mm.
you you are not qualified to call yourself a tax agent.
Oh, okay. But do we have people who are not qualified but yet they do this game?
Sure, we have them.
Mm.
You can be a CPA,
Mm.
and like my friend Bruno,
Mm.
yeah, he's a qualified accountant, and he knows each and everything concerning taxation.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway, most of you were asking because Mr. Sampson has talked about a gentleman called Bruno, and you guys are going to be watching him. Just be a little bit of patient because he also has something he's going to be telling us, with this podcast. So now we have been hearing more about Efris. Efris has become something
Yeah.
because everywhere Efris, Efris,
Yes.
Efris, Efris, and people get confused. People wonder, is Efris a tax? Is it something? What is Efris?
Efris is not a tax.
Mm,
Efris is a mechanism
mm,
that was created by URA. It's kind of a system that was created by URA to
mm,
record all payments
mm,
and report them
mm,
to URA
okay.
in real time, so
Mm,
that URA can, from those declarations that you have made, URA can impose the tax and levy.
okay.
Yeah.
Today we are here because I'm a real estate professional. I'm a property manager, a consultant. I sell houses and also a valuer. So I was concerned when I heard about IFRIS specifically targeting landlords, and
Sure.
I'm concerned about it since I'm a professional in this field. I would like you to help the general public and tell us why is URA specifically now targeting landlords with that IFRIS we're talking about.
Sure.
Mm,
Specifically,
mm,
URA is targeting landlords
mm,
with IFRIS because most of the landlords were collecting money and
mm,
not reporting it back to URA.
mm,
So IFRIS is acting as the eyes where URA is going to be seeing in real time
mm,
the money that you have been collecting from the landlords, so from the tenants,
mm,
and from that collection,
mm,
it assesses the amount of tax that you are supposed to be paying
mm.
as rental tax.
As rental tax.
Yes.
So I just want to know, why is it just changing? Because I know most people are used to our old methods. We pay and why is it really changing and why is it becoming digital?
Yeah, it is becoming digital and it is changing
Mm,
because initially people
mm,
you would get cash payments and not and fail to remit it and
mm,
fail to report it and remit the outstanding tax
mm,
that they should have paid to
mm.
URA. So
Okay.
that is why URA devised a mechanism, a system where both tenants and landlords should counter each other. You see, when landlords get the money, previously they would issue these normal receipts,
Yes, please.
and URA couldn't trace. So it devised a mechanism of Efris to trace the transaction to the landlord and the tenant.
As I told you, today I'm here with two important gentlemen. And just we saw Mr. Samson. Now, there's a gentleman here, and I also would like him to introduce himself. Who is he and who does he work for?
Thank you very much, Mr. Mahad. My name is CPA Bruno Muganzi. I'm also a tax consultant. I work with Samson. I work in many areas of finance, accounting, taxation, audit, advising clients in multiple issues regarding systems, setting up, accountability.
Now, Mr. Bruno, so we have been talking about the Efris,
Yes.
which is digital. But before this Efris, how was this tax really collected?
Before Efris, of course, landlords would issue manual receipts to their tenants. Sometimes because they are issued by the landlords and there is no third party to oversee the issuing, a landlord can easily report what he wants to report to URA.
True.
So, meaning underreporting the income he has earned from the tenants. So, I'll give you an example. If the landlord receives like 3 million, and then he receipts the 3 million, which is okay, he can report 2 million instead of 3 million, meaning that he will pay less tax and the government was losing out on that. So when the e-receipting comes in, here the landlord is required to issue an e-receipt to the tenant. The moment he issues an e-receipt to the tenant, it will be recorded in real time and you already can be able to see how much you've made.
Okay.
So when it comes time of doing the final tax returns, it is hard for the landlord to want to declare because you already know your income. So you have to again follow. You get my point? You have to file the exact amount you declared with the URA people. And it is a requirement which they have to follow. It is a requirement which should be followed. It is very important. It will help them in accountability, having the receipts online, because when you issue a receipt, you don't need a lot of paperwork because the paperwork is already online. It's just a matter of downloading and having, or maybe not even having it. They already have the records. At any time, if someone wanted to see a physical receipt, just go to Efris, download, and you get my point.
Oh, that's really interesting. How does this Efris really work?
Efris, it is an online electronic fiscal receipting and invoicing system. How it works, you're supposed to use a computer, phone application, or USSD. If it is a computer or phone application, go onto the web portal of Efris, log in your credentials, TIN number, password, send you an OTP, one-time PIN, you put it in, and then you log onto the system. You register, and immediately, a few minutes, you will be approved to use. The registration will be approved, and then you can start using Efris. When you reach there, you have to configure your services or your products. For the sake of real estate, they have services, rental services. It can't be a product. So you configure in a rental service as your service or item to sell. So after configuring in, when a tenant is making a payment for a certain month, when you receive the amount, let's say 3 million, you go issue an e-receipt, get credentials, all contact names and credentials from the tenant, the TIN number, if he has a TIN number, if he doesn't have, it doesn't matter, the name, the month, and then issue an e-receipt. And then after issuing that e-receipt, you can download the soft copy of the e-receipt and send it via WhatsApp, email to the tenant. And it would be beneficial to the tenant too. It is an official receipt overseen by URA through the web portal, meaning that in case of any dispute arising, the tenant can actually have that receipt to show that he or she actually made the payment of rent for a certain month.
Okay. So there's something I heard about, even before you are introducing Efris to the landlords, I heard that people have to buy, is it devices? There's that conflict I was hearing about the device, people saying URA is telling them to buy those devices. So could you please?
Yeah, the devices are there. They were mostly bought by retail shops.
Okay.
Retail shops normally have a lot of transactions going on. They are very useful to retail shops. But still, an alternative for the device is a phone application. You can download the Efris application from Google Drive or any other application store. Get my point? You can then you put in your credentials, register, and then you start using issuing receipts.
So necessarily it doesn't have to be a device. You can use your smartphone.
Exactly.
I think that makes it a little bit so easy to use. The other question would be, let's take an example that I'm the landlord and a tenant gives me cash in hand, how would I deal with that? Because that money is not sent to me via phone, mobile money, or bank, but they're giving it to me in hand. How can that affect the Efris?
So when it comes to cash payment, actually when it comes to Efris, it does not matter whether it is a mobile money payment, bank payment, or cash payment. As long as you are a landlord and you receive money from the tenant, let's say 3 million in cash, you have to go to the Efris system, issue a receipt of 3 million forwarded to the tenant that a payment has been made. So it doesn't matter because we all run businesses differently. You may prefer cash, you may prefer bank. However much they encourage you use bank or electronic way of payment, but still you may prefer cash, which is not a crime to use cash. But if you record the actual cash you've received, issue a receipt to the tenant, that is okay.
Yeah, that's pretty
Doesn't
interesting.
matter.
It's pretty interesting because I believe we are not yet in that much of a digital world, so most people prefer to pay money in hand.
Exactly.
It is very easy to pay money just in hand. How does the landlord handle the delayed or the partial payments?
Okay, thank you very much. In regards to the partial payments or the delayed payment, when it comes to issuing receipt, remember in a normal way, you only issue a receipt when you receive money. The same applies to Efris.
Okay.
When the tenant gives you the money, you as a landlord, you issue an e-receipt. You can issue an e-receipt for the same month multiple times. Because if the total rent is like 800, let's say, and then the tenant brings like 300, you issue a receipt of 300 for August. Get my point? And then when he brings the balance of 500, you issue again another receipt for August. That is the logic.
Okay.
So you can only issue a receipt when you receive the money.
Okay. What are those genuine benefits for compliant tenant?
Benefits for a tenant, there are also
who's
benefits for the
compliant?
landlord. So in our case, landlord should be compliant by issuing a receipt. For a tenant, it may not be a requirement for him to ask for an e-receipt, but it is his right to have an e-receipt.
Okay.
Because now, like I don't know whether you may know that the landlords have been designated to issue e-receipts for every rental payment to them. So meaning that, so if they are compliant, first of all, they will have, it will be easier for them to file tax returns because the income records are already with Efris. It's very easy to generate a report from the Efris system. Then secondly, avoiding unnecessary paperwork. You have a lot of receipt books in your office. Right, you may lose receipt books, but when it comes to Efris system, there's no need of losing. You have all the details online. It's easy to access. Yes.
That's a good way actually. That's a good way for them to really benefit from that.
So the accountability will be easier because all the records are online, easy to access. Filing and having actual records is easier.
Okay.
Avoiding issues with URA that you've not declared this or you have under declared. You get my point?
I do get, and I believe also the general public gets your point. So will the Efris lead to higher, rent, and also how will it affect the tenant?
Regarding that, I know some landlords will pass on the tax to the tenants. That is obvious. But me as an accountant, I would. It wouldn't be necessary for them to increase rent. It can be reasonable sometimes regarding inflationary rates when you are increasing, maybe after a period of time. But it's not just that after introducing Efris, you increase rent because you assume more taxes are coming as you go online and everyone is looking, URA is looking at what you are earning. So the whole point is we normally advise landlords to manage better.
Okay.
So when they manage better, when they account for every expenditure, it wouldn't be hard because they will still have the same profitability they were in before the Efris. More profitability and more accountability and being accurate in their financial management.
Okay. That's really, really interesting because I've been hearing that some people are now starting to increase rent in order to, they are starting to increase rent almost everywhere. People are crying, rent is being increased. And when you ask landlords why they're increasing, they're saying Efris and taxes.
Okay, coming in there, Efris, first of all, is not a tax. Efris is, I would say, is an electronic fiscal receipting and invoicing system.
Yes, please.
When you're using it, you don't charge tax. It is helping you to record your incomes. You get my point? It is helping you to record, to manage well, to avoid all the necessary paperwork I've talked about. Exactly.
So anyway, just a quick question. So who do you think is benefiting more? Is it URA or the landlords?
They are all benefiting. The landlords are benefiting.
Or you're saying that because you're in a tax area? But to me, I feel like it's URA benefiting
And
more.
before that, I know the landlords would understate. Not every income was being recorded. Like we told you earlier, landlord would receive like 3 million, he only records like 2 million, meaning that he has only paid tax for the 2 and the 1 has not been. The government is losing out and planning for the government becomes hard. Then again, on the for the tenant side, when I receive an e-receipt, I can be comfortable and be confident that I have already cleared my rent in case of any dispute or maybe clarification. These landlords make mistakes. If you have a lot of paperwork, you may make a mistake. When I make a payment and maybe you fail to make a receipt or maybe you make a receipt and then lose a receipt book, maybe I didn't get the receipt. You made it, you didn't send it to me. I didn't get it. So you get confused. Did this Bruno pay his rent expenditure? Then you come back to me, you engage me, I tell you I already cleared that. I asked for the receipt, you didn't give me. So with that kind of disputes, when it comes to Efris, it becomes easier because it's just a matter of going to the Efris system, look for my name, Bruno already cleared for this month. You get my point? And there's no need of charging him. Meaning that the records will be there online. Even if you forget, you can still go back and remind yourself.
Okay. Anyway, interesting to see on how we progress, with that Efris thing. Now, Mr. Bruno, as we try to conclude today's topic, I would like to know what are those penalties to landlords that will fail to issue the Efris invoice?
Mm. The penalties landlord, since now the landlords are now designated as people to issue Efris invoices,
Yeah.
they fail to do so.
Mm.
I'll give you an example. They fail to do so. There is a penalty of 6 million for not issuing for each e-receipt.
Okay.
If you have an income, you have declared the tax returns that you earned an income, and yet the Efris system they see you don't have that income, you didn't do what? Issue a receipt for that income. URA has a right to issue a penalty of 6 million for not using Efris. Since the landlords are now designated as individuals or companies to issue e-receipt. So failure to do so, penalties, and maybe assessment in more serious cases, it can lead to closure of the property.
Okay. Yeah. Very interesting, and I believe that's a bit tough.
Exactly.
Because it is my property, but looks like I'm now receiving all those penalties.
Yours.
My money is on torturing me, receiving all those penalties.
Exactly.
But can someone come back from that? After you failing for a couple of times to issue those invoices, can someone come back from that?
In case the penalties come in, it's just a matter of engaging the authority in regards to the penalties, doing penalty reversals, engaging, giving. You should be having an excuse why you did issue an Efris invoice. And I know if you engage the authorities, they also understand. They can waive the penalties. It depends on the engagement you've had with the authority.
Okay.
But the law is very clear. If you fail to issue an Efris receipt and you're a landlord owning a property, you will have a penalty of 6 million. You may also have additional assessments, or for a more serious issue, it could even lead to closure of the property. First of all, I advise landlords and many of my clients to comply. Compliance gives you a smooth ride in your business operations.
Okay.
Without any issues, you are coming to your premises, you have not declared this, you have under declared this. But if you do a proper compliance, proper accountability, it is a smooth ride in your business operations. You won't have any issue of closure of property. You won't have any issue of assessments.
Okay.
You won't have any issue of failing to get business because of non-compliance. You won't have any issue of failing to have partnership with investors because of non-compliance. So that is the first advice. Then how can URA get you if you fail to issue Efris invoice? They have many platforms. They have information about properties they can get information through National Water, Sewage Corporation. They can get it from Umeme. It's we no longer have Umeme, UEDL, Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited. They have a lot of platforms where now I'll give you an example like UEDL. You may report that you received money from 5 tenants, but in actual sense, you received money from 10 tenants. And then URM may see that there are 10 people using electricity on that property. They will do an investigation, find out, come to the premises, and when they prove that you have been under declaring, it is a big problem that is like tax fraud. You're trying to under declare to avoid making a huge tax liability or the tax you're supposed to pay. So eventually they may catch up with you in one way or the other. I'm not saying that there may be 100%, but for big properties, because you are connected to many government agencies, the National Water, Sewage Corporation, Electricity, UEDL, you get my point? Okay. So they will have access to all that information. So they can weigh through and then see how they can enforce and investigate further to see whether you are under declaring or you're hiding something.
Now let us take this scenario. What if I'm having rentals and per month they just give me 500,000? Does URS still tax those? In regards with the Efris?
Yeah, now, like I told you earlier, from the very beginning, the problem of the whole purpose of introducing Efris was to make sure that every rental income is captured and URA can be able to see so that people pay their fair share. You get my point? The whole issue was people were under declaring their rental income. So depending on the number of properties and the amount of money being collected, comparing the two, they saw there was a huge gap. And there was an assumption that there is an under declaration under this rental sector. So the Efris came in. So meaning that if I'm a tenant and I know that a landlord has been designated to issue an A receipt, I will tell you after making my payment, give me an A receipt. And I may not accept you to give me an A receipt of 2 million when I've given you 3 million.
But those things are going to happen. I can see that already happening. I know landlords will come to us and be like, I know I charge you guys something like 3 million, but we can, declare something like 2 million.
Yeah, but yeah, I understand things will come in. I know there will be that mutual understanding. But remember, if you are now, I'll give an example. If you are an office, if you have an office, and then you're paying a rent of like 5 million a month, the landlord tells you, I'll only declare 1 million in Efris. It means that you are incurring an expenditure of 5 million a month, but you cannot claim it in URA that you incurred that expenditure. Meaning that instead of you benefiting from the expenditure you're incurring of rent, you are paying tax for the landlord. Get my point? Okay. So meaning that the tax now is being transferred to you. You can't claim the entire 5 million, you only claim 1 million on. You get my point? So the landlord will be paying tax on the 1 million because you have agreed with him. For you failed to use your right to have a full amount of 5 million to be recorded in the e-receipt. So you only record 1 million as your tax expenditure, and yet it has dipped into your pockets and dived in, bought out almost 5 million a month, but you only recognize 1 million, which is a big problem to you as a business.
Oh, okay. Anyway, that's interesting. Now, when I hear taxes, and we are trying to just get to know more about this Efris invoice. Let me ask about this question. You have talked about that we have the tenants and the landlords. So, is there any way a TIN number will be required for the tenants?
A TIN number is optional. TIN number is optional. But if you have a TIN number, you can have it on the receipt. If you don't have, still an e-receipt can be issued out.
Without it?
Without it.
Okay.
They can include your name or even your mobile number, which is okay.
Okay. So that's what I've had for you today. We have been talking about Efris in general because I believe it's now the trending topic when we talk about the real estate sector of Uganda. And thank you guys who are watching. And I promise to give you more of these podcasts. I'll bring more professionals in the sector and we shall be talking strictly real estate.
To the general public, the landlords and the tenants, don't fight Efris. Embrace it. It will protect you legally. It will help you to be organized in your record keeping and comply with the tax authorities. You can have yourself trained on how to use the Efris system and how to invoice, or you can get a professional to manage it for you.